Hey, this is Kat from Red Mountain Shaman, and I share shamanic wisdom through dreams, visions, nature, synchronicities, intuition, channeling, art, music, photography, and shamanic journeys. Welcome back to my channel. So there is a lot of interesting synchronicities that I wanted to talk about that I experienced today, as well as a channeled message from Yeshua that will hopefully tie all this stuff together. And I wanted to talk a tiny bit about the DJT court case and some of the things I encountered over the last week. And as promised, I'm going to share a quick recap about me and my husband Michael's trip to southern Utah and Nevada, where we did some clearing of the land and grid work. So I'm going to start out with the court case, and a lot of people are really bummed out about this, and a lot of people are celebrating about this. So I'm trying to take the middle path, but I'm not going to say too much about it. But if you want to go back and watch a video that I made about 4 months ago, that video is called "Justice is Coming for the Justice System." So I think that Spirit knew this was coming, and Spirit knows that our justice system is corrupt, and that this will be, I'm not sure what, but either taken down, fixed, exposed, whatever Spirit wants to do about it. But I don't think that this system is serving us any longer. So I think something's coming, which is what they say is justice is coming for the justice system, because it is no longer a viable system, and it seems very corrupt, as many people can see. Even people who don't like DJT are saying this. So that is my quick opinion on that. And now back to our trip down to the Valley of Fire. So I mentioned in my last video that I stopped at a pawn shop and purchased a lion head pendant, which I wore the entire trip. And then we got a receipt the next day with the number 33 on it, and I talked about that in my last video. Then on the first night, we went to the Virgin River and randomly pulled up to a parking stall with the number 7 stenciled on it. Later, we drove around the city, and finally we saw a massive, kind of golden orange colored full moon rise around 10 p.m. Then we ended up at an unknown park, and I suddenly realized that I was sitting smack in the middle of 2 Mormon churches and 2 trees. And I felt like there was a conflicting energy that needed releasing. And to me, it felt like it was the energy of man-made religious institutions and secret societies, which needed to give way to the energy of universal law and nature. It also felt like there was a tree of life symbolism presenting itself there. So this was my intention as I sought to bring back natural harmony and balance to this land and the grids with this huge, beautiful full moon in front of me. The next day we went to the Valley of Fire. My camera kept catching this beam of light coming down from the sun, and I'm not sure if it was just a lens flare or what, but the photos were pretty interesting, as you can see on the photo I used for the cover of this video. So on the way there, we realized that there was another polarizing energy between the debauchery of Las Vegas and the piousness of the Mormonism in Salt Lake as we were driving in between these 2 cities. I've been getting a lot of messages lately about the concept of the middle way, or the middle path. For example, a spirit animal came up in a recent session, and it was a message from the pufferfish. And this message was about not puffing oneself up in an inauthentic way to present yourself as something that you are not, but also not giving way to self-loathing and self-worth issues. Walking the middle path is about walking in balance, so I try to pay attention about not falling into extremes in my own life as well. As we traveled through the incredible rock landscape, we stopped at a turnout, and it seemed to be the peak elevation in the Valley of Fire. When we got out, we noticed this place was called Rainbow Vista, and I looked down at my phone and it was 1144. This felt very connected to the concept of the 144 frequency of the Rainbow Tribe, so that's where I felt guided to do some more work with the land. There was so much resistance and heaviness there that I got pretty emotional at this area. It almost felt as if the entire time from our window blowing out of our car a few weeks earlier, the first time we tried to go to this place, that there seemed to be almost like some kind of forces that didn't want me doing this work. On the way out, we stopped at another area called the Seven Sisters, so there seemed to be another synchronicity with the number 7 that we saw the day before. I also felt Pleiadian energy at this spot. I took off my shoes and set some intentions to bring back balance to the land there as well. The stones were so massive there that it almost felt like a southwest version of Stonehenge. I will try to post a photo of that in a future video. So we stopped for lunch on the way out of the Valley of Fire, and on the television set in the restaurant, I think it was the movie The Outsiders was playing, and one of the characters was mentioning the Robert Frost poem, Nothing Gold Can Stay. Michael happened to bring a book in his knapsack with the same title. With this strange synchronicity, I had to look up the poem. The poem reads, "Nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold. Her early leaf's a flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides to leaf, so Eden sank to grief. So dawn goes dawn to day, nothing gold can stay." So the message in this poem seems to be about impermanence and appreciating the moment, but perhaps there's another layer that will reveal itself. And for me, I also feel like it might have to do with the golden light that is streaming onto the planet right now. I believe that this is the light of Christ consciousness, and it's expanding within humanity. Perhaps it's a message that it has been difficult to hold this light in past epochs, but now it's making its way into our consciousness again with all this solar activity. I mentioned before that I keep seeing gold flecks within the colors of my clients' auras lately. I feel like there are many layers to what people are calling the golden age that seem to slowly be coming to fruition, including this golden Christed light, and what I believe is the coming of a gold-backed monetary system. On the way out of town, there was a single hot air balloon in the sky, which in my eyes symbolizes the rising frequency of our planet and a possible coming celebration. Another thing that came up this week was that I remembered a vision I shared a month or 2 ago, and it was just simply a vision of a chicken and an egg. And today I came across a fascinating video called A Deep Dive into the Mysteries of Water Structure and Consciousness, Veda Austin Think Tank. In this video, Veda is being interviewed about the experiments she has been conducting with the healing power of water. And she mentions that free-range eggs have a much more beautiful and natural structure than eggs from caged chickens. In her experiment, she found that just by setting the inferior caged eggs close to a free-range egg, their structure begins to change and heal. So I wanted to ask about this in today's channeling as well. The next thing I wanted to share was a shamanic journey I did this week. In this journey, I saw Michael and I in a past life, in Native American attire riding horses together. Then it looked like we were at some sort of tropical island in a beautiful hotel room, and it almost felt like a second honeymoon. Then my guide said that he wanted to introduce me to a being that I have not worked with before. This being that was introduced was Archangel Chamuel. When this angel appeared, he was wrapped in pink light and wearing pink robes. He said he wanted to assist us in bringing in more love and beauty to Mother Earth. Afterwards, I looked up this angel and discovered that he does indeed carry a pink ray of light, and he is helpful in bringing in forgiveness, love, healing relationships, and soulmate connections. Right after this happened, I saw a hummingbird at my window. Hummingbirds symbolize joy, creativity, love, healing, and living in the moment. So I feel like this new moon is going to be a good time to call on this angel and this spirit animal if you need assistance with any of these things. Later that day, I also saw a cloud that was perfectly formed like a lightning bolt. The next thing I wanted to share is 2 baffling terms I heard in a client's energy session this week. One was the term ascension gap. The other thing I heard was the word stasis. Another thing that I have been seeing is Yeshua showing up in red robes. I remember about a year ago, I did a shamanic journey to Antarctica, and I encountered him there. That video is called Shamanic Journey to Antarctica, Polar Bear Spirit Animal, Pole Shifts, and the Farmers, if you would like to go back and watch it. I am hoping today's channeling explains this and anything else that would be expounded upon that I experienced this week. The being who came forward was Yeshua, of course, and this is what I heard him say. Greetings, beloved daughter of the light. I come forward of my own free will, as you have sought deeper wisdom of many spiritual encounters. I would first commend you on your work to assist the higher realms in balancing the energies upon your planet, as this is a time of great swirling of frequencies around you, and this is part of the heaviness you were feeling. As we have said, it is going to be a roller coaster ride, and this is what you are experiencing now. A wild ride of ups and downs as the forces of darkness and light are coming to a head. Fear not, all is moving forward in divine order as you move through the chaotic energies. This seems like an oxymoron, but it is so, for the Great Spirit has a hand in what is transpiring during this great shift upon your planet. As new solar codes are ramping up and hitting the Earth, you may experience expanded moments of consciousness and new perceptions. You are a lightning rod, and you are a conduit and a transducer as you assist with bringing in these light codes to Earth through your human vessel. This process may be uncomfortable at times as it stretches your body to the limit. You may feel emotional states of bliss, frustration, resistance, and peace. This is the roller coaster energy we have spoken of in past messages. The collective is indeed walking through the valley of fire, metaphorically, as humanity is being refined, tested, and sifted on the symbolic threshing floor. It is time to start the process of the splitting of the wheat from the chaff. Those who have sowed seeds of selfishness, greed, and control over others with trickery and deception will soon be reaping what they have sown. I come to you in robes of red to be a beacon of hope for all who have sacrificed for truth and light. I am not the only one who was put to death or tortured by those who did not like what I had to say. Many of you who have followed the Christed light have also been tortured and sacrificed in many incarnations for speaking and walking in the truth of light. Many of you have experienced your own symbolic crucifixion for standing in your truth the past few years. Many have also experienced their own crucible or trial of adversities in recent years. I come to honor your sacrifice. I hold you in the restoring light of the Creator. Trust in the restoration that is coming as I flip the tables of the money changers in all corrupt aspects of society. As you heal yourself and release the burdens and atrocities of the past, you heal others. This is literally changing the crystalline structure of your bodies at an accelerated rate. So when you are doing your own healing work, you are helping heal the planet in the process. I now turn your attention to the term ascension gap. This term simply means that there is a gap in consciousness within certain groups of people. Some are farther ahead in their awakening than others. You may feel this frequency difference within people you know, as some are more difficult to communicate with or relate to than others. This is also in reference to the waves of consciousness or waves of awakened souls upon your planet at this time. Those who are the front-runner positions will be assisting those in the awakening waves of souls behind them. But put on your own oxygen mask first. Focus on your own healing first. Clear out your old baggage so that you will be prepared for this role as a worker of the Christed light. The golden light is now streaming in and bringing up all for review and release. It is with great pleasure that I wish to announce that the golden age has begun. The golden light is indeed streaming onto earth. You are in the beginnings of great change. The colors will continue within your sky. Awareness of other dimensions will continue to surface. Stay in trust and flow as you await further movement. Some may feel like they are in stasis or in a stagnant, blocked energy, but this should be loosening up as the energies of this new moon are shifting the density to a lighter vibration. I encourage all to forgive their persecutors from all past lifetimes and dimensions, as this will assist you in releasing this stagnant energy and allow them to move forward in their journeys. Some of you will be disappointed that no apologies are given, but this is not necessary, as all you need to do is forgive in order to release the burdens you are carrying from the pain others have caused you. You do not need to condone or re-invite anyone back into your life in order to forgive. This month does indeed carry the energy of repairing old relationships and entering into greater love frequencies within oneself, whether it be agape love, self-love, romantic love, or familial love. The world has endured a great many hardships and deceptions, and this may continue, but those who want to rise above it all will do well to move into deeper consciousness of unity. This is what the golden light streaming in is about: forgiveness, love, unity, and community. Open your hearts to miracles and new chapters. Trust in the light of the Almighty within you as you continue on your path into the light of a new golden age. And so it is. I am Yeshua, he who comes with my red robes of purification and annunciation of a new earth. I have spoken truth, and I impart my dove of peace unto you, my beloved friends of the light. Walk the golden road of integrity and truth, and you will continue moving into this golden age of Aquarius with grace and sanctification. Amen and amen. Thank you, Yeshua. So I looked up the meaning of sanctification, and it says to be set apart for a special use or purpose. So I think he is asking us to work on our own healing and purification so that we can be prepared to move into our purpose and missions, or our divine blueprints, during this great time of transition into a golden age, as it will be easier to assist others if we are prepared and healed. So I asked him if there was a specific stone that he recommended working with over the time of the new moon this month, and that would be on June 6th. He picked the angelite crystal, and angelite is good for creating peace and raising spiritual awareness, and helps connect us to universal wisdom, as it is associated with the throat, third eye, and crown chakras. It also facilitates the rebirthing process, self-expression, healing, grounding, stability, and can aid us in hearing spirit more clearly. It is associated with the sign of Aquarius. It helps us in dispelling anger, fear, and anxiety, and brings in the sense of soothing calmness. I also asked Yeshua to pick an oracle card, and the card he chose is from the Native Spirit Oracle deck by Denise Lynn, and it's the White Buffalo card. So I'll just read what it says in the book for you guys. Card meaning: abundance and security are flowing into your life. All things are possible. Balance and harmony prevail. You may be called upon to stand up for others, but you can do this because you have the support of many beings in the spiritual realms. Your native spirit wants you to know, in Native American traditions, there are prophecies about the coming of the white buffalo, especially among the Lakota, Dakota, and Nakota, or the Sioux. There's a legend that the white buffalo calf woman, a mystical being, came to the people a very long time ago when they were out of balance. She gifted the people with a sacred bundle containing the white buffalo calf pipe to restore the balance. Upon leaving, the white buffalo calf woman prophesied that she will return at the end of an age, and that she will appear as a white buffalo calf. In recent times, white buffalo calves have been born, leading many to believe that this is the beginning of a new time. When this card chooses you, it's an honor, for it speaks of a time of miracles and balance in all things. You are a channel for greater forces in the universe. With their help, all is possible, but without it, things can be a struggle. Surrender to support from the Great Spirit. You do not have to do everything alone. And then it has like a little part which it's about a journey, and it says the journey shapeshift into the white buffalo, and the energy of this card will multiply tenfold. Imagine that you can feel the power in your muscles and the earth beneath your hooves. Feel the weight of your horns and the warmth of your hide. This calls the deeper energies of the white buffalo into your life. Thank you for being here today, and I really appreciate all of you who tune in every week to the messages Spirit has me bring forward, and I hope something resonated with you today. If you would like your own channeled message, energy healing, readings, or just want to donate, please go to redmountainshaman.com to learn more. And please press like, subscribe, and feel free to leave a comment if something resonated with you, as I love hearing about your own spiritual experiences and synchronicities. Sending you all love. Until next week, take care.